Two old people on a couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for being in the video.
Make America great again, from sea to shining sea. It's a land of the free, my friends, the one for you and me. Let's go!
It is Start It Monday, and I am Debbie, and this is Mark. And so, what do you got going on?
I got a lot of stuff going on. What do you got to go? First off, I want to talk about this weekend. Can we talk about this weekend?
Talk about this weekend.
We were invited to go down with Heard That with an exclamation. We're going to put this all down below, by the way. Okay? Heard That with Randy and Julie. And At Home with Tom and Rhonda Howard. We're going to put that down below.
Yes.
They invited us to Thanksgiving dinner. And how awesome is that?
It was great.
Mean, it's humbling.
It was very humbling.
They were outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with words. The food was awesome, and the outstanding hospitality.
It was an outstanding time.
And we had a lot of fun. We ate. We went fishing, and then we hung around a fire in the evening time, and it was just a fantastic time. Now, there's pictures out and everything, but I want you to, we want you to go to Heard That, especially Heard That, exclamation point. We'll put it in below. And they went live. Her first live.
Yes, her first live.
There's video of that, of us having a good time. And we went live with At Home with Tom and Rhonda Howard.
So go check out that.
Go check out theirs. If you want to see how the day went and everything. And we went... I caught the most fish.
He did catch the most fish. And you know what's weird about that?
What's that?
You can't fish.
Why do you say that?
Because you can't fish.
I can't fish. I caught 2 fish. Listen, it was funny because we haven't fished forever.
No, we
had to find the rods. We gave everything away to my daughter.
You had one lure.
We had one broken rod and one lure. One lure. But it was my favorite lure. I remember it from the past. I'm like, ooh, I got that one. So, and sure enough, it came through again. So I must know how to, if I like that lure, I must have caught some fish on it in the past.
You messed up.
Okay, but I got 2.
You want to get out to Furry Friends?
Let's get out to Furry Friends. You want to get out to Furry Friends before we start everything else? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I don't have let's go anymore. Ready?
Furry friends, let's all get to those furry friends.
Are we getting smaller up in the
All right, I don't know if we are not. But this is Shine.
Oh, hold on, let me get it out there.
Sent in by Annie.
All right.
With Little Frenchy and Big Texas.
Okay, hold on, let me get that out there. Stand by. Okay.
Yeah, and this was...
And that'll be linked in the links below, too.
And this dog showed up at their property and became their family dog. And isn't this dog just adorable? There's another shot of her. And,
look at her, how proud she is.
Yeah,
there.
Very proud.
She must have her eyes on something over there, too.
Yeah, must have.
But, did you already explain it? Because I was looking at the picture. But it was a stray dog.
Yes.
Right? It was a stray puppy, and it just came, they found it on their homestead.
Yes.
And it became their
dog.
And those are the best kind. The ones that, our cats find us, right?
Yeah, our cats always
But, it's not too often dogs find you. But, if that one, and look out. They couldn't have done any better, I don't think, to just have a dog just plop right in there.
Yeah.
So we got that going on. Let me get rid of the lure. And Heard That is also an exclamation point. I'll put it in the link down below. They're at 900 some subs.
Yeah.
And they're only, when we had a lot, we got up to 900 some and sat there for a while. That last 100 sometimes is hard. So it's hard to find new people, and YouTube has to put you out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So please, I know a lot of you already have subscribed in our community. But please, just go, subscribe, and let's get them to 1,000.
Yes, let's do.
And At Home with Tom and Rhonda Howard. Man, I'm having trouble today. It's getting close to Thanksgiving, and you know what that means.
Their little Thanksgiving spectacular.
Yeah, they'll get all dressed up, and it was a whale of a fun live
last year.
And we really enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
That's that.
absolutely.
Now let's get out to the information, okay?
Okay, let's get
That's
out
out
to the
there.
information.
Okay.
All right, you talk about this.
Okay. This is Amazon's Jeff Bezos Alphabet. I don't even know what Alphabet is. I know it's something big, but Larry Page, Oracle's Larry Ellison, and Palantir's Peter Thiel, whoever that is, are just a few of the super rich who have taken a keen interest in the fast emerging field of longevity. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind that phone over there
Yes,
right now.
I'm not.
We're trying to get through a show here.
Okay, I know.
You okay?
Yeah,
You
fine.
hanging in there for
I'm
me?
hanging in there.
All right. So, what this is all about is they want to
Extend your life.
extend your life
Mm-hmm.
200 or 300 years,
Mhm.
if not forever.
Yes.
So they're spending billions of dollars to do this. But doesn't that hurt global,
Warming. Mm-hmm. Because then
change-
you're on the planet forever.
Yeah, you're on the planet forever.
Mhm.
There's more. Oh, unless it's just for
The
certain.
super certain people.
Yeah, and in the research so far with this, they're making like somebody, I don't know when or something, made monkey humans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, monkey humans.
Well, that's not good.
Hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was all about.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. They were also messing around with technology with stem cells
Mm-hmm.
and stem cells, but the mice were, it's kind of working, but they're trying to make the cell live longer,
Yeah.
and then the mice were mutating and had growths on them.
Uh-oh. That's never
So
good.
it was like working, but wasn't. And then also, it was reversing like a regular skin cell, and making it a stem cell, which
Uh-oh.
isn't good.
Isn't
That
good
doesn't
either.
work either. So
Mm.
they're working on it. They say they can make a buttload of money though if they can
Yeah.
figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because who doesn't want to live forever?
listen, I don't want to go past 65. I'm coming across the finish line right now, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm dragging, man.
Yeah.
I'm falling apart. I'm hurting. I'm tired. Like we used to run around and get like 2 hours sleep, and we were fine. Heck, we
Yeah.
get 6 or 8 hours sleep after running around, and we're still need another full day to recoup.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
who wants to live that long? Okay.
I don't know.
Let's
So,
go on
then
to my
next
next
we got
thing.
this.
All right, I don't know. This is going to be hard to read. I got it there. Okay, this is Glen De Vries, Life Sciences and Healthcare Vice Chair of, Dassault Systems. But it used to be Glen De Vries. I don't know why I used this one. But see down there, Metadata co-founder Glen De Vries was named, don't worry about that. De Vries drove, read the rest of it though. De Vries drove Metadata's mission from 1990 through Metadata. He started, I think, around 1992, though, and then he became public at 1999
Mm-hmm.
by Dassault Systems in 2019. He was then bought out by Dassault Systems in 2019 for like $3 billion. $3 billion. It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But look what he did. Then it comes out, treatments and health for people by advising, transforming, and clinical. He had databases for clinical researches and other, but all in. Look at who his largest. Oh my gosh, I'm screwing this up so bad. Over more than 2 decades, De Vries worked with largest pharma companies and small biotechs and medical device companies. But, the big pharmas and biotech.
And clinical trials.
And clinical trials.
Mhm.
Now, what has been going on lately in the world, right?
Well, we came up with a new jibby jab.
Jibby jabs and the CV and
Mm-hmm.
all that. Just think of all the
Mm-hmm.
trials and
Yeah.
stuff that's going on. Okay, so okay, Mark, why are you going here?
Yeah.
why
Why
are you
going
boring
there?
the people?
Yeah. Because that was a train wreck.
All right, you want to start over?
No, I want you to.
We can start over.
No, Mark, I was trying to.
All right, so let's keep going. All right,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So that's that. Okay, look what he made the news just like a month ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Him and Shatner and these other people went up in Blue Origin's rocket. Look at them. They're playing fingers.
Yeah.
They flew up there to hold hands.
Yeah. Rock,
And-
paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
In
I don't-
space.
and float for a 2nd.
Mhm.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Who knows how much money? They will not, Blue Origin will not tell you how much
They pay.
they paid or if it
Mhm.
was free
Mm-hmm.
or anything. But we all know Shatner was invited for one reason.
Yeah.
And that was, he would even started it beforehand. He's like, oh, I got to go up and see
How
you know,
fragile.
how fragile this
Earth
is.
is.
So then he goes up there and he's like, oh,
It's so fragile.
guess what he was in real life? An actor,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you get an actor and he comes down,
So fragile.
oh my gosh, I was up there and we went through, the atmosphere is just only this thick. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, it's so fragile. It's fragile. You
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
So we have to give billions of dollars to other countries.
Yes.
Yeah, we all know that's how that went down.
Mm-hmm.
But this other guy,
Mhm.
Glen De Vries,
Mhm.
he's on there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he was invited or if he paid.
Yeah.
But that, if he
Mhm.
paid, it's
A lot of money.
a lot of money. So he's really rich.
Yeah.
He's really
Mhm.
rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's the big deal about him?
Well, okay.
I mean, other than he owned that company.
Yeah, he died in a plane crash
Mm-hmm.
just
Last week.
last Thursday.
Mhm.
Last Thursday, he goes, and he's
Mhm.
with a trained, a pilot
Yes.
that specializes in training flights and all that
Mhm.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he's with a guy that knows how to fly real good.
Mhm.
He was already trained with instruments in
Mhm.
bad weather and everything
Mhm.
like that. So he had many hours
Mm-hmm.
of just,
Mm-hmm.
and I just find it weird that his company got bought out in 2019.
Yes.
Are you following me yet?
Yeah, I am. I followed you all the way while you talked about this for
2019,
hours.
he
Mhm.
he sold it. He
Yeah.
didn't go. In 2019, he sold his company right before the CV started.
Yes.
Interesting, isn't
Interesting.
it? Interesting, the timing of that.
Yeah.
That's weird timing. Then it's interesting that I never heard of the guy until a month ago,
Yeah, when he flew in this plane.
and he's flying up there. So
Out of
bing,
space.
he's on my mind,
Mhm.
right? And then I'm like, I turn, I look at the news, and I find out he's
Yeah.
gone down
His longevity wasn't very good.
a week,
Yeah.
later. And, planes just don't,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't happen. So that's very odd,
Mm-hmm.
that happened, right?
Yeah.
It's very odd that he was up in that thing. It's very odd that he sold his company. And,
Very
this,
odd what his business
the
was.
salt that bought him out, guess what they dabble in a lot?
What?
Aerospace and defense contracts and
Oh.
stuff like that. So you know how clinical trials and defense contracts,
Go together.
they go together just
Mhm.
perfectly fine. I can understand,
Why they would merge.
yeah, except for if the defense was interested in,
Yeah.
the debt. I don't know. I just find it all, how we
Interesting.
say timing is
Is
everything.
Mm-hmm.
The timing and just the oddness. And so I'm looking into it for you people. I know you're fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've got everybody just listening
Yeah.
tight,
They probably
but we
are.
haven't bailed.
Mhm.
Whenever we look at how long people have been following us out
probably
on this,
Follow it off
they're
right now.
They're still following us out.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking into it. Nobody else has put two and two together. Oh, whenever he did die in the plane crash, that's what made me say, well, what did he do for a living?
Mhm.
Because I always think whenever people get in plane crashes,
Mhm.
you got to look into it a little bit more. Like who would, like that plane that went missing? Remember the plane that went down to Australia
Mhm.
and went missing?
Mhm.
There's a lot of important people that were on that plane
Mhm.
flight. So I was like, let me just find out, who was on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
not who was on it, what he did for a living,
Yes.
and why you might want to be taking. I don't know what he was doing,
Yeah.
but I just find it interesting,
Mm-hmm.
the business that he was in. And I also asked around a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And people are saying, like, boy, they make their billions by either two things. I think there's three things, but two things is the security of that
Mhm.
data,
Yeah.
maintaining it, or the, being able to keep that company, on all those clinical trials from lawsuits and liabilities.
No.
So those two things are,
Okay.
but I think it's three, which is the ability to pay a lot of money so your clinical trials turn out
The way you want them to.
the way you want them to.
Okay. So,
Boy, this is a good show, boy.
all right.
I mean,
so you want to get
this
to the
is
news?
fun-loving show.
Do you want to get to the real news?
Yeah, let's get to the real news.
Okay, let's get to the real news.
That
all right.
was news.
All right. So judge tosses gun
Yeah.
charges against
Yeah.
this person after closing, before closing arguments. So
Because he wasn't taking it across state lines. In Wisconsin or wherever he was, you're allowed to be in Kenosha. You're allowed to be 17 and
Mhm.
have a long arm. It's
Yeah.
in their rules. And, he actually worked in Kenosha.
hmm
And his dad lived in Kenosha. So people are like, he was just running over there to cause trouble. No, he works there. His dad
is
lives there. Has an invested interest
there.
in keeping his town safe.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so closing arguments are starting and
yeah.
next week, and so that will be interesting to see how that all turns out.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll go back. I thought you were going to talk some more. But it's also going to be, they already have Kenosha on lockdown.
Uh-oh.
And, getting ready for, because, our legal system will find out the facts and find that, that if he was able to carry it
Mm-hmm.
and it was self-defense and he gets off,
Then it's
because
gonna be bad.
that's how America works, people. If the people,
The
the
court- yeah.
juries find him
you
innocent,
then he's innocent.
but you know what they're going to do? They're going to...
Yeah.
But they're going to say he's not in, the public opinion of people that aren't educated in the facts, not just educated, but educated in the facts.
Yeah,
Just hear what the media has
been telling him.
for false
Over
information that the
Mhm.
media, does that sound familiar? False information.
Mhm.
You cannot trust the media because they ran with all these false narratives
Mhm.
and never cleared it up.
Okay. 3 detained in deadly car
Mhm.
outside of Liverpool Hospital.
Okay.
So that happened over the weekend. So
What
there
does
was,
that have to do? Just
and one person died and one was injured in this car explosion. Well, it's news.
Liverpool Hospital. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Like,
news.
So are we going to start covering all the car explosions? What's your theory on it? Why do you
Cars
think?
don't explode very much.
I know. So it's probably on purpose. So
Yeah.
what did you find out about it?
Oh, stop. You're just being difficult now.
I'm not.
Okay, Astroworld victim's dad speaks out as one
Asteroid?
more.
Or Astroworld.
Astroworld victim's dad
Okay.
speaks out as more lawsuits pour in over the concert casualty event.
Okay.
So, a 9th person has died, and it was a 9-year-old.
I like how they say
That
it
died.
was like a horrifying movie.
Yeah.
That's not what the people there are saying. They said it wasn't like a horrifying movie. They said it was like a demonic ritual.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I'm saying it.
Okay.
Demonic ritual,
Okay.
and it was like hell.
Okay.
That's what the people said there.
Okay.
I'm just saying
So-
the news.
UK's Johnson has raised the terror threat to severe since the yeah.
So
Mhm.
so
yes.
it could be Middle
Yes.
Eastern.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Cause-
absolutely.
And we said, well, that's what I was
Absolutely.
trying to ask you about
Yeah,
back then. I said,
absolutely
what's
it
the
is.
catch?
It has to be.
Yeah, well, and we
That's who
said,
does that.
didn't we say that was going to start happening again?
Mhm. We did say
They
that
said-
was gonna start happening.
Trump's been gone for
Mhm.
a while, and they've been just opening that back
Mhm.
up. So we said that's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It's already started. Okay.
The governor of Tennessee signed a sweeping bill into law that prohibits businesses from mandating the jibby jab
Good for you.
and imposes limits on schools.
That's
with the
good.
jibby
Great.
jab.
I got good information today that one of my friends
Mm-hmm.
was awarded his what's it called whenever you get,
Oh, his religious exemption?
yeah, he got his and it went through.
Well, good. I'm glad.
So that's good.
And then the Pentagon is going to respond appropriately over Oklahoma's National Guards saying it won't follow the jibby jab mandate. So, yeah.
That's why we live in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's why God put me here,
Mhm.
because we love our freedom.
And then 10 states are suing the Biden administration over the jibby jab mandate. And
Good.
they are Missouri, Nebraska, Arkansas, Kansas, Iowa, Wyoming, Alaska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and New Hampshire in a joint
Wow. Okay.
in a joint lawsuit. So
Good for you, New Hampshire. Come join us, Patriots.
okay, and then we have but the Democrats are asking Biden to mandate that airlines require passengers to be fully jibby jabbed before flying. So this on the right before the holiday.
Yeah, because the Democrats don't want freedom.
Okay.
They don't want. They're pushing this. They've been pushing it, and they want you in your like Australia. They're in lockdowns now,
Yeah.
right? And they have police that are checking people,
Yeah.
and they're arresting them.
Mhm.
You know, it's not free. It's not free down in Australia right
No.
now. Those poor people down there, they gave up their thingamajiggies. You know,
Anyway,
they gave those up, and now look at Australia.
This comes just as millions are planning on traveling for the
Yeah,
Thanksgiving holiday.
they want-
so there you go.
They want us to be miserable for the holidays.
Mhm.
The Democrats want us to be miserable for the holidays. Okay.
Okay, so
All
we're
right.
going to end with this quick thing. I spent a weekend in a luxury camper van. Here are the 13 disappointing things about it. Okay.
Okay. Let
Um.
me go. I got it for you. I got it.
Okay. Well, this isn't it. Oh, I took a short road trip in a camper van during the winter and was disappointed with my experience. I had to park in a Cracker Barrel restaurant lot and at an expensive campground.
Okay. Yep.
There are lots of systems to learn in a camper van, and they can easily break. So here we go. So anyway, for starters, you find it difficult to find a place to park
Yep. Yep.
for overnight.
Yep.
Okay. And then it's even worse when you have to park near a dumpster. And then if you park in a campground, it's expensive to park in a campground. And parking in the city can be challenging also to find a place to park. And then those great views you always see out your back window aren't usually what you see when you get there. So
Yeah.
you usually
Yeah.
just see this,
Yeah.
and or you see something like this in
Yep.
a parking lot.
Yep.
And then the systems that are in there can be hard for people that
Yeah.
aren't familiar with
Yeah,
them.
you gotta
or,
make sure that-
don't know how to troubleshoot them.
Yeah. You need to charge the batteries correctly, or you ruin the batteries.
Yeah.
Or if you run down the batteries too far, then they go bad quicker. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. There's a lot of stuff to go on.
Okay. And so then some of these systems quit working, like the heat in this when they had this,
Yeah.
and they had to. It was very cold, and they had to use their burners to stay
that's-
warm.
That's fine. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and the windows in the camper van were constantly filled with condensation
'cause you're
in the
breathing.
winter.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then she thought it was great because it had a bathroom, but the bathrooms are so unbelievably small that she had to stick her legs out or
Yeah,
arms
yeah,
out. She
yeah.
couldn't fit in there,
It's not.
right?
Yeah.
It's not the ideal situation. And then the composting toilet is a major and unsanitary hassle, so that can be a hassle
Yeah, I mean,
to deal with
yeah.
that. And making the bed in a camper van isn't easy, so you
Yeah.
have that going on. And then van lifers have a limited amount of space, and so your space for packing is very limited, so you have that going on. So that's that.
yeah, I have a little bit of experience because I ran a news.
Truck.
I had a bigger box truck, and I had to spend many a night sleeping in that thing, freezing, and
Mm-hmm.
I dealt with this all. And I remember, I had a Sprinter van,
Mm-hmm.
and I get wacky calls. Like I was doing one of the debates or something like that in Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
Yeah.
Finished up the debate, and I got a call in the middle of it, like, hey, I hear, 'cause I posted on Facebook. I was there. They said, hey, you're in Florida. I got an emergency. We got to interview Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Do a satellite media tour with Shaq down in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately just drove. I didn't only have like about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not worth getting a hotel. I'm like, by the time I check in and check out, then I only have. So I parked in a parking lot, right, in a shopping center,
Mhm.
right? Parked in that shopping center, and everything happened that night. Man, I heard people, like fighting over one. And then I'm like, okay, that's done. And I'm there. And then all of a sudden, that stupid vacuum, van, that picks up the trash.
Uh-huh.
It sounds ungodly loud. It's going around, and it's
Picking up
just
the trash.
going around, and I'm like, so the 2 hours that I had, I got no sleep, but it was cool. Then I went over, got set up,
Mhm.
and had a pretty good, fun day with Shaq
Mhm.
over there, and got to have a picture with him. I have to show that
Yeah.
one day.
Mhm.
I look like a midget.
You do look like a midget
You
in
would.
that picture.
But so I got to work with him and a good friend, David Fruitman.
Okay.
Good friend. He's the one that hired me for the job.
All right.
And I liked the guy, and it was really nice to
Mhm.
meet up with him in person again. I got to do some soccer with him, and then I got to work for him down there.
Oh,
And
cool.
So
Well, we're going to get out of here. So, you ready to get out of
do you
here?
want to hear another story?
No, I don't.
All right.
All right. So, until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared.